For years, Meghan Markle worked hard to build an image. Elegant, polished, untouchable. But now that image is cracking under pressure. The whispers aren't coming from tabloids this time. They're coming from her own bloodline. A cousin has stepped into the light. His name, Sean Johnson. A man the public never saw at royal weddings. Never on the balcony, never in glossy spreads. But behind the scenes, he claims he knows Meghan's deepest secret. And his words are explosive. Allegations of teenage entanglements. Rumors of a hidden pregnancy, even suggestions of a child. If true, it would shake Meghan's narrative to its core. What's worse is the silence. Meghan refuses to address the rumors. No denial, no lawsuit, nothing. And that silence is only fueling the fire. Tonight, we dive into 8 chapters of a scandal that refuses to die.
Sean Johnson. The name nobody knew. He's not a royal insider, he's not part of Meghan's glamorous circle. But he's family. A cousin from her mother's side. For years, he stayed in the shadows. No interviews, no flashy photos, just whispers. But now he's speaking. Reports say he tried to reach Meghan and Doria many times. Not for family dinners, for money. When those requests went unanswered, he broke his silence. His claims hit harder because they don't come from strangers. They come from blood. He says Meghan has secrets. Secrets she's desperate to keep hidden. And the timing couldn't be worse. Meghan and Harry's public image is already shaky. Failed deals, declining influence. And now this. What makes Johnson's story sting is that he doesn't deny the most scandalous part. He doesn't say, "No, this never happened." He leaves the door wide open. And in scandals like these, silence is deadly. The claim is shocking. Johnson says he and Meghan had a teenage entanglement. Not harmless flirting, something more. And according to him, it may have led to pregnancy. A rumor that's followed Meghan for years. When pressed, Johnson never firmly denied it. He simply pointed to a photo of himself with her. People noticed her rounded stomach. His response? That's me in the picture. Nothing more, no denial, just silence. Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, may have suspected something too. Their tense relationship goes back decades. Old clips show Meghan dismissing him. "We're not speaking," she snapped as a teen. At the time, it sounded like rebellion. Now, some believe she was keeping him away from a secret. Friends from her school days have hinted at it as well. They say the rumors weren't new. They were always in the air. For Meghan, every unanswered question adds fuel. And Johnson's cryptic words have made the fire impossible to control. The rumors don't stop at pregnancy. They go further. Some claim Meghan carried a child in her teens, and that the child was hidden. Johnson himself hasn't revealed details. But his hints suggest the story is far from over. Early theories place the child in Colorado. Johnson says no. Somewhere else. Somewhere he won't reveal. He's holding back information, keeping it in reserve. That strategy makes the story even more dangerous. Because the world now believes he has proof, and he'll use it if pushed. The whispers turn darker when you look at Johnson's life. He's financially comfortable, out of the spotlight. Some say hush money explains that. If Meghan paid to keep him silent, it worked for years. But now, the silence has broken. If a hidden child does exist, Meghan's entire narrative collapses. Everything from her speeches on motherhood to her claims of transparency would unravel overnight. And until Johnson speaks clearly, speculation only grows. Meghan's critics point to her body language. They say she always looks like she's hiding something. One interview clip resurfaces again and again. Meghan smirks as she talks about secrets she's kept for years. At the time, it sounded playful. Now it looks like a confession. Her old friends have stepped forward too. One said the teenage entanglement was serious. Another compared it to the entanglements that rocked Hollywood. And then there are the payments. Reports claim Meghan paid Johnson to keep quiet. Those payments eventually stopped. That's when he began talking. Meghan's strategy has been silence. Ignore it and the noise dies down. But this time, silence is backfiring. The whispers are multiplying. The more she refuses to respond, the more people assume it's true. And perception, in this case, is power. Meghan's silence isn't protecting her anymore. It's defining her. And it's giving her critics the loudest voice in the room. The story doesn't just live in the past, it stretches into Meghan's network today. Strange alliances, suspicious timing. Take Emma Grady, once a Hollywood fringe figure. Suddenly, she's an ambassador for King Charles's trust. And not long before that, she had Meghan on her podcast. Coincidence? Critics don't think so.
Then there's Ted Sarandos, Netflix boss. His company gave Meghan and Harry millions. Later, he was awarded an honorary honor nominated by Charles. Sarandos once praised Meghan's $20 shoes, an odd remark for someone famous for luxury brands. For detractors, it looks like a trade. Support Meghan, gain royal recognition, quiet deals, hidden favors, behind-the-scenes arrangements that keep her relevant even as scandals swirl. Why would Charles honor someone so closely tied to Meghan, if not for strategy? It paints a picture of survival politics. Meghan's allies benefit. The crown keeps her contained. Everyone gains, except the truth. And the public is starting to notice. While Meghan's name stirs chaos from California, the palace isn't calm either. At a recent event, Charles gave a speech. William made headlines, not for words, but for silence. He sat before his father finished. No applause, no acknowledgement. Royal watchers called it a break in protocol. Insiders saw a power move. William doesn't need to clap anymore. His authority speaks louder. And then came Camilla, caught ushering Catherine out of a room mid-event. Awkward, tense. A moment that screamed cracks at the top. Together, these small moments show a monarchy under pressure. Charles, Camilla, William, Catherine, they're not in harmony, they're fraying. And in the middle of it all, Meghan's shadow lingers. Her name pops up in whispers. Her story fuels headlines. Even from afar, she's shaping palace dynamics. The tension is visible, the silence louder than words. The monarchy is holding, but the fractures are real. And Meghan's saga only sharpens the edges. The scandal doesn't stop with Meghan. It reaches her mother, Doria. Rumors about her family history have resurfaced. Claims of disturbing unions, allegations that would put Meghan's maternal bloodline under scrutiny. None proven, all damaging. Then Meghan's ex-husband, Trevor Engelson, re-enters the story. Old interviews surface. He hints that Meghan had a hysterectomy. If true, it raises hard questions. Could Archie and Lilibet really be hers? The suggestion alone is enough to spark headlines. Add to this the whispers of hush money flowing to Johnson, and the picture darkens further. Payments to keep him silent. Connections that feel too neat. Friends who now speak more freely than before. Every piece adds weight. And Meghan's silence adds power to their words. True or not, the story spreads. And every whisper cuts deeper into the image Meghan built. The Duchess who once spoke of truth and authenticity is now caught in shadows she cannot escape. Here's the truth about scandal. Silence doesn't kill it. It feeds it. Meghan has not denied these claims. No lawsuits, no cease and desist letters. Nothing. And every day without a response convinces more people there's something to hide. Critics frame her silence as surrender. Supporters struggle to defend her. The result? Perception becomes reality. The cousin's whispers, the friend's hints, the ex-husband's remarks, they all merge into a storm. Meghan believes silence protects her, but it doesn't. It defines her. The longer she says nothing, the louder her critics sound. And when silence becomes the story, it's no longer protection. It's defeat. Meghan Markle is learning that lesson now. Her carefully built image is collapsing not under proof, but under whispers. And unless she speaks, those whispers may write her legacy for her.